Hello, everybody who's watching. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I've been adjusting to some of these new energies that are wild and rampant on the earth. I hope that everybody is handling it well. And I have had a few people asking a lot of questions as far as what all these energy shifts mean, as well as what is happening, because a lot of us are really being shifted. And so, as I said in my detox video, it is very important to detox right now. I found that the reasoning for a lot of my heavy metal detoxing was actually to help with some of the frequencies that came in the last few weeks. And so it's almost as if whatever metal was in my body, that it would kind of bounce off like the inside of my cranium. And the more I do a heavy metal detox, the more things I feel them let go. So it ended up being very, very, very good. Having a lot of good connections with spirit. Morning meditations are very clear. Feel like I'm just in the receiving mode. And so one of the messages that has come to me, and I know I'm going to do an energy update for the full moon. In the next couple of days, full moon coming would be on the 29th. I've had a few people ask me about the classes that I'll be having. I'm not sure exactly. I'm still waiting to see what's in store for that, as I've been making a lot of personal changes in my home life as far as moving residences and things of that regard. So still working on getting grounded before I can hit the ground with a few things. One thing that really has been very important is soul-to-soul recognition. So as I work with beings, and I see beings because I've been really drawn to be more of service to the animal kingdom. And part of the animal kingdom is babies. And I've been doing some amazing energy balancing on babies. And I'm being drawn to do it this year. It started kind of last year. And I realized that as we are closer and closer to source, and that creative energy is the thing that messes it all up for all of us, is our humanity and our human language. So why do we feel like communication with pets and little kids is easy? Because we don't have this human language to mess it up. And so 2 weeks ago, I did an energy balance on a baby, and I really expected the baby to cry. The baby's been having some issues, and he's 3 months old. And I was able to feel the baby's energy kind of before that. And it was really interesting because I knew I would help the baby. And what humans don't understand is they're already fully evolved and ascended, and then they're born and they can't move their bodies the way they want to. So it's a very trapped feeling. And they have all this knowledge, and you know, you'll have that soulful look from a baby, and they just want acknowledgement. That's all they want. And they want to know that you understand. They want to feel it. And animals are the same. And so as I'm working on more animals, I had a few horses that I worked with last week. I had a few dogs. I did some animal communicating, and it's so amazing because they tell me so much, and they're so honest, and they are so soul purpose oriented, and it really makes me wonder why we are not the same. And so I do truly feel that a lot of these shifts that we're going through are completely necessary. And for me, every day that I wake up, and I joke with my friends that I really just don't enjoy being human. I've accepted my mission, but the one thing that kind of keeps me going is I can have that awesome cup of coffee in the morning. And I almost thought through my detoxing I was going to have to give up coffee. I was really, really having some severe anxiety over having to give up coffee because the one day it just tasted so awful. And that was just part of the detoxing and the clearing. And it was really amazing because the next day coffee tasted good again. And so I'm like, okay, I can be human. I can do this. And it's so funny because a lot of my good soul friends, we all kind of think of the word as human as being derogatory. And it's truly not meant to be. But when you walk out of your house and or you hear the news and all the terrible things, and it's so hard to deal with. And so one of my jobs as a healer is to help others release stress. So for me, that is my sole purpose. And as an intuitive healer, it is very important for me to honor the humans. And every so often, I will have somebody come to me, either through the telephone, over a distance, or will physically walk into my wellness center, and they're not ready to heal. And when their first energy comes in, it's a soul recognition, and it's always, oh, I just love you so much. This acknowledgement of soul to soul type recognition, and then they feel uncomfortable because the healing starts to bubble up, and as the healing bubbles up, it gets very uncomfortable because we have been conditioned over and over to hide it, to not honor it. And so this whole transformation the past few weeks, I feel like it is completely all about soul purpose, divine purpose, soul to soul recognition, human healing, and so many gifts and blessings and obstacles has been brought in to teach me that it's my job to teach other people how to honor them. And there are energy workers, there are light workers out there that are starting to get a clue of what it is we're here to do. But they haven't acknowledged themselves. And so, and it's so important for any relationship. For any relationship with family members, romantic relationships, any of that, no matter what kind of a process you are in, it is going to be very important to be kind to others. But number one is to be kind and honor yourselves. And so many of us have never done this before. And for myself, I have been forced, as I have prayed, I have meditated on it, is let me find divine purpose. Let me figure out what it is I'm here for. And we even get so straight in it. And, this is my career. This is what I'm going to do. And Spirit will give you messages saying, I'm going to do all these things and it's going to be so great. And Spirit will give you the feeling of that energy and then not tell you what it's called. And so this happened to me many months ago. He said, you're going to do all these amazing healing things, but I don't know what to call it. But the energy is there. And so the energy and that vibration is there. And so it's just as simple of an acknowledgement. Thank you. Thank you for being there. And I find that that's the best way to let go of that energy. As I'm learning better how to work with humans where they are at. And then also speak to them from the point of helping them understand what Spirit is trying to tell them. I have attuned my office, my physical location. I have attuned that so that only people of love and light and only people that are ready to heal come in. And we do have people kind of come in and tip their toe in, and even me and some of my other healers, we got to experience this firsthand, where we're like, why does this person activate us so much? She's so beautiful and so wonderful, and we love her so much, and she's another healer, and she's going to help people. But I'm like, she's not kind at all. She was not kind to any of us. She did not acknowledge us on a soul level. And so I think that's really today's message is soul to soul recognition. Loving without conditions. And this is something that animals and pets do for us. Animals are very mindful creatures. And I have learned through the process of listening and honoring the animal kingdom when they reach out to me and ask for me to bring guidance. Because when I open myself back up to animals, the problem is when you open up that vibration inside yourself, they have messages and they want to speak. Well, what that looks like in the human world is animals are chasing you and showing up everywhere. And for a long time, it kind of freaked me out. And it didn't freak me out in a bad way, but I was busy doing human things. I have these human things that I have to do all the time. So I don't have time to talk to this squirrel and, or to sit. But then I realized if I sit and take the time and give myself the acknowledgement, acknowledge the animal, and have a soul-to-soul conversation. Because fact is, that is what the sole basis of us being on this planet is: acknowledgement, love, and respect, being kind. So I have found that the best way through these shifts for me to get into my I am presence, and the I am presence is the closest you will get to source. It is the essence of your being. It is the embodiment of completely accepting your soul and acknowledging it and say, you know what, this is what we're going to do. Because our human physical body will go through these shifts and they will have stress and they will tear down when we do not acknowledge our soul's path. And so the best way to get on that path is to start acknowledging your soul. Now, when you acknowledge your soul, you're going to acknowledge other souls. And you're really going to get in touch with the different levels of the body. The four I like to deal with when we're not talking about just the energy bodies: the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. And above all that, all of it connected is the soul. And so we must honor it right now, especially, and listen to it. That's how to get into that present moment. And so I've learned to take the time every morning. Spirit has woken me at 3:33 for 6 months, every morning for 6 months. And this last move that I had, so for 6 months, I had to get up at 3:33. Could not go back to sleep. If I did, I'd have nightmares. And so since I didn't make the time for clearing and getting into my I am presence, my mind, body, and spirit decided, you know what? We'll fix this for you. We're going to wake you up at 3:33 every morning. And at that time, it would be fantastic if you acknowledged your soul and you gave it gratitude and meditated and cleared out any of the human debris that's put there throughout the day. Sometimes I'll do some energy work. Sometimes I'll say some mantras, or I'll do a guided meditation. And I do go back to sleep for a little while. And as long as I do that, it's amazing. And I can manifest it, and I can be abundant, and I can be my true self. And after I made my last move last Thursday, I started sleeping again. And sleep is a very hard thing for me because when I'm healing, I don't sleep much at all. And it started as a young child. And it's because I've been not acknowledging my soul. And so as I deal with a lot of people that have insomnia and learning how to heal people where they're at and to not pass judgment on where they're at, but acknowledge their soul and also say, because I'm here to communicate with other souls. There may be a physical representation of a human in front of me. I'm going to honor them. That's part of creating as a human. We're here to create. And I'm here as a healer. So healer and the creator, part of my human, has to exist and coexist. And so learning that has been such a valuable lesson. And anytime I'm uncertain of anything, my manifestations are almost on autopilot. And that's because I've had to protect myself as an empath and as an intuitive and try to figure everything out. And once I've done that, everything comes in its time, and my stress levels have gone down. Uh, I'm sleeping better. I'm not feeling like I have to clear my energy constantly, which is the way it was for a few weeks. So I do feel that the collective healing is starting to kind of flow a little bit. I feel that I've anchored the energies that I needed to anchor. And I know I've been kind of non-existent, jumped off and on Facebook for my own health. We did some energy work sessions, exchanges with other healers, and I'm starting to reach out to them because I've been able to help other healers get past some of their healing blocks and really get down to the root cause. And as I continue my training as a medical intuitive, I'll be sharing more of that information with you. As well as it's been really fun when I have intuitive sessions. It's been really fun connecting with other people's pets. And they don't have to be asked. They'll tell everything. And so that's something that's been awesome. I will try to do some Facebook Live sessions. I will actually be moving, hopefully if I get approved, I will be moving my YouTube channel to another platform, as I believe that some things are going to be happening coming ahead with possibly Facebook. So if you're looking for more energy updates and things, I will post where those are at. And if you're interested in getting a session, I will have sessions open for next week. This week sessions are cut off as I am booked as hard as I'd like to work, which I don't consider it work. I really thoroughly enjoy it. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to send me a message, look me up on Facebook. And I really enjoyed doing a video. I've been having a hard time bringing myself to do it. And I feel that the most important thing right now is to learn how to acknowledge soul. And as you start to do that, I want to pass it along so that you will do it for others, because that is how we are all going to heal ourselves and each other. And be looking for I'm going to really make sure I do a full moon update. I'm going to focus on those energies tomorrow. I feel like it's not going to be quite as profound as the last two full moons, thank goodness. But I'm also going to be looking into talking a little bit about the law of attraction, as a lot of people are kind of afraid of, but I can tell you what it's done for me. So if you're looking to unlock some of your abundance and really attract what you want in your life, if you're willing to do the work, I can work with you on that. So I just want to thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe, and have a beautiful day. Namaste.